This video is to show you how to splice a Stargazer downlight assembly in the field inside the flagpole. You will be supplied with a heat shrink tube as such, as well as two heat shrink butt splice connectors as such. Once you've stripped away the outer jacket, you want to make sure it's only to the point where when you slide the butt splices on, the copper cable, you can see, is exposed through the solder point, but not beyond the red here so that it can grab onto the outer jacket of that interior cable. You'll then take the cables from the other end and join them together, color coordinated, red to red, black to black, and slide them all the way together where they overlap inside the heat shrink sleeve. There's a little bit of finagling here, but once you get the two overlapped as such, you're going to take your heat gun and you're going to heat shrink these two together. And you'll see in a second here, it'll start shrinking. And you want the solder to have actually melted. So that center solder you want to melt down to create an electrical connection as well as a bond. It's going to get a little bit flexible at this point. That's fine. So we're going to shut that off for a second. And then we're going to take our outer heat shrink tube and we're going to, you can kind of blow on it to cool it off, but we're going to take that tube and slide it over to where it's in between midway, and you can kind of feel where the jacket ends and where it starts. So you want to make sure it's covering the outer jacket of both ends. So I'm going to take my heat gun and I'm going to hit this now to make sure that I get a full bond. So it's not only going to shrink it, but it's melting the glue. There's an adhesive on the inside of this heat shrink tube to get a full bond there, and you can see how it completely forms to it. Once that's done, the last step is to ensure that the cable is on the outside of your winch assembly. So you can see here how I make sure it's on the outside and it's not tangled with the cable inside, and it just drapes down along the side of the pole and you should be fine.